They've been lying to you about aging. Muscle loss isn't inevitable, and there's one food backed by real science that can actually reverse it even at 75. Not slow it down, reverse it. If you care about strength, independence, and staying sharp as you age, you need to hear what I reveal at the end. That's where the real breakthrough is: silent decline. It happens so quietly, so gradually, you barely notice it at first. It's not a single dramatic event like a sports injury. It's a slow, insidious fade like a photograph left in the sun, the vibrant colors slowly leaching out over time. Maybe the first hint begins with the grocery bags. You find yourself making two, sometimes three trips from the car when you know with absolute certainty you used to manage it all in one triumphant haul. Or perhaps it's that heavy cast iron skillet you've used for 40 years, which now feels just a little more unwieldy, a little less secure in your grip as you lift it from the stovetop. Maybe you notice it in a moment of hesitation. You're sitting in a low, comfortable armchair, and before you make the move to stand, there's a fraction of a second where you pause, subconsciously bracing yourself, mentally preparing for the effort required to push yourself up. You start choosing the elevator over a single flight of stairs, not because you're in a particular rush, but because the climb feels more daunting than it logically should. This isn't laziness, and it is most certainly not a lack of willpower. This is a distinct biological process, a silent, creeping decline that has a name: sarcopenia. It's a clinical-sounding word, almost sterile, for something that feels deeply personal and profoundly emotional. Sarcopenia is the gradual, age-related loss of precious muscle mass, the erosion of your physical strength, and the decline of your overall function. It is the quiet thief that works in the shadows, year after year, stealing our most valuable possession: our independence. It's the force that makes us think twice before lifting a giggling grandchild high into the air, replacing a spontaneous moment of joy with a flash of anxious calculation. Sarcopenia is what plants the insidious seed of fear about a simple fall, turning a pleasant walk in the park into a careful navigation of uneven pavement and potential hazards. We've been conditioned to believe this is just a normal, unavoidable part of getting older, a non-negotiable consequence of time's passage. We're implicitly told to accept it, to adapt our lives around our growing limitations, to slowly shrink our world, our hobbies, and our ambitions to fit within the ever-narrowing walls of what we can no longer safely or comfortably do. But I am here today to tell you that this narrative is fundamentally outdated. It is a story based on an incomplete understanding of how the magnificent human body truly works. The conventional advice we so often receive is well-meaning, but for millions, frustratingly ineffective. We're told to eat more protein or to just be more active. And while those two things are absolutely essential pieces of the puzzle, for many they feel like trying to fill a leaky bucket with a thimble. You can pour in all the high-quality protein and dedicate yourself to gentle exercise, but if you don't first patch the hole that's letting your strength drain away, you will never feel full. You'll never get the powerful results you deserve for all of your dedicated effort. So many people try, they really do. They commit to daily walks, they buy light dumbbells, they diligently track their protein intake, but the underlying weakness persists. The pervasive fatigue remains a constant companion, and this frustrating cycle leads to a deep sense of hopelessness, a demoralizing feeling that your body is somehow betraying you, that your best days of vitality and physical confidence are irrevocably locked in the past. It's a feeling that no matter what you do, the tide is simply going out and you are powerless to stop it. This feeling of being let down by your own physical form is one of the most disheartening and isolating experiences of aging. It is a quiet, private grief for the person you used to be, the one who could effortlessly open any stubborn jar, carry any heavy load without a second thought, and rise from any chair with fluid grace. This erosion of physical confidence inevitably seeps into every other corner of your life. It can dampen your social life, causing you to turn down invitations that involve a lot of walking, standing, or unpredictable activity. It can make you feel like a burden to your loved ones, forcing you to ask for help with simple tasks you once handled with pride and ease. This is the true human cost of sarcopenia. It's not something that can be accurately measured in pounds of lost muscle on a medical chart. It's measured in lost moments, in missed opportunities, and in a growing ambient fear of the future. But what if we have been looking at this entire problem from the wrong direction? What if the primary issue isn't the muscle fiber itself, but the hidden engine deep inside the cell that is supposed to power it? What if the problem isn't the light bulb, but the failing power station? The incredible truth is that this decline is not a personal failing. It is a specific cellular process that has been quietly, methodically unfolding for decades. Understanding this process with clarity is the absolute first step toward reversing its course. It's about fundamentally shifting your perspective from one of helpless, passive acceptance to one of empowered, targeted action. It's about finally realizing that you have far more control over your biological age than you have ever been led to believe. The body is a remarkable self-healing system capable of profound regeneration and repair at any age, provided it is given the right tools and, crucially, the right signals. The weakness you feel is not the end of your story. It is not a final verdict. It is simply a signal, a flashing warning light on your body's dashboard telling you that a critical system deep inside your body needs your urgent attention. It's a powerful call to action from deep within your very cells. And the most exciting part of all is that we now know exactly how to answer that call. The solution isn't about a grueling new workout routine or a joyless diet of deprivation. It's far more elegant, more targeted, and exponentially more powerful than that. Hidden engine. Every single muscle in your body, from the large, powerful quadriceps in your legs that help you stand up from a chair, to the tiny, intricate muscles in your hands that allow you to grip a pen or a loved one's hand, is made up of millions and millions of individual cells. And deep inside every single one of those muscle cells, there are tiny, wondrously powerful structures called mitochondria. For the rest of our discussion, I want you to think of these mitochondria as the miniature power plants, the hidden engines that drive every single thing your body does. They are the bedrock of your vitality. These microscopic engines perform a miracle every second of your life. They take the nutrients from the food you eat and the oxygen from the air you breathe, and through a complex chemical reaction, they convert it all into the raw, usable energy that your body runs on. This energy, known to scientists as ATP, is the pure fuel that your muscles absolutely must have to contract, to move, to lift, to carry you through your day, and to sustain your life. When you are young, these mitochondrial power plants are numerous, they are pristine, and they are running at peak high-octane capacity. Your body has what feels like a limitless supply of energy. You can run, jump, and play all day, and your body recovers with astonishing speed. But as the decades pass, as we age, something begins to happen to these crucial power plants. Through a lifetime of exposure to metabolic byproducts and environmental stressors, a process collectively known as oxidative stress, our mitochondria start to accumulate damage. They begin to wear down and become less efficient. Some of them become so damaged that they are functionally broken. Think of it like a fleet of once powerful car engines that, over many years, have become clogged with soot, grime, and rust. They can't burn fuel as cleanly or as powerfully anymore. They sputter, they struggle, and they produce far less horsepower. In your body, these damaged, dysfunctional mitochondria are even more problematic. They don't just fail to produce enough energy for your muscles, they actually begin to do active harm. They start to leak a constant stream of damaging molecules called free radicals. These free radicals act like sparks flying from a faulty engine, causing further damage to the surrounding muscle cell, including the proteins, the DNA, and even other nearby healthy mitochondria. It creates a destructive, self-perpetuating, vicious cycle of damage and decline that accelerates dramatically over time. This widespread process is called mitochondrial dysfunction, and it is the true underlying culprit behind sarcopenia. This is the leaky bucket we talked about earlier. It's the real reason your strength has been slowly draining away. You can send all the protein and all the exercise signals you want to your muscle cells, but if the power plants inside those cells are broken down and failing, the muscle simply cannot respond effectively. It doesn't possess the fundamental energy required to repair itself, to grow stronger, or even to maintain its current size. The muscle cell receives the command to be strong, but the entire engine room is offline. This is precisely why just trying harder or pushing through it so often doesn't work and leads to burnout and frustration. It's why you can feel so profoundly tired and achy even on a day when you haven't done very much physical activity. Your body isn't just tired, it is experiencing a deep, systemic, cellular energy crisis. For decades, scientific research focused almost exclusively on the muscle fiber itself, but we were missing the much larger, more fundamental picture. We were meticulously trying to tune the car's transmission while completely ignoring the fact that the engine itself was failing. This new understanding is nothing short of revolutionary because it gives us an entirely new and much more effective target for intervention. Instead of just trying to stimulate the muscle from the outside in with exercise, we can now finally focus on repairing the core problem from the inside out. We can focus on fixing the engines. So how do we do that? The body, in its incredible ancient wisdom, actually has a built-in quality control system designed for this exact problem. It's a profound process of cellular cleanup and renewal called mitophagy. The prefix mito refers to mitochondria, and the suffix phage comes from the Greek word meaning to eat. So mitophagy is literally the process of the cell eating and recycling its own old, broken down, and dysfunctional mitochondria. This sophisticated process is absolutely essential for maintaining a healthy, youthful, and high-performing fleet of cellular power plants. The cell's internal surveillance system identifies a sputtering, inefficient, damage-leaking mitochondrion. It then tags it for removal, engulfs it in a specialized membrane, breaks it down into its basic reusable components, like amino acids and fatty acids, and then uses those precious raw materials to build brand new, pristine, fully functional mitochondria. It is the ultimate biological recycling and renewal program. It keeps your energy production high and the collateral cellular damage low. Herein lies the central problem of aging. Just like the mitochondria themselves, this critical mitophagy cleanup process also becomes less efficient and sluggish as we age. The biological signals that are supposed to initiate this cleanup process become weaker and less frequent. The cellular janitors, so to speak, get slow, lazy, and less responsive. As a result, the old, dysfunctional mitochondria are no longer cleared out efficiently. They are allowed to linger and accumulate, spewing more free radicals, causing more and more damage, and thus further accelerating the cellular energy crisis and the debilitating muscle loss that comes with it. So now we finally have the complete, coherent picture. Sarcopenia, the age-related loss of your muscle and strength, is not just about having idle muscles or not trying hard enough. It is the direct and predictable result of a failing energy supply inside your muscle cells. This energy failure is caused by a massive accumulation of old, dysfunctional mitochondria. And this accumulation is caused in turn by a progressive decline in the body's own natural cleanup and recycling process, mitophagy. It might sound complex, but the implication is incredibly simple and profoundly hopeful. If we could find a natural, safe way to powerfully switch that cleanup process, that mitophagy, back on, if we could give the body a clear and potent signal to start clearing out all the old, damaged power plants and replacing them with new ones, we could, in theory, restore the fundamental energy supply to our muscle cells. We could finally patch the leaky bucket from the inside, and if we could do that, the muscle would once again have the abundant fuel it needs to respond to daily activity, to repair itself, and to grow stronger, healthier, and more resilient, regardless of your chronological age. This isn't science fiction. This is the absolute cutting edge of human longevity science. And the key to activating this ancient, powerful system is found not in a high-tech laboratory, but in a simple, beautiful, and ancient food: ancient fuel. For thousands of years, across countless civilizations from ancient Persia and Egypt to the sun-drenched shores of the Mediterranean, the pomegranate has been revered. It was far more than just a food. It was a potent symbol of health, abundance, fertility, and even eternal life. Its jewel-like seeds depicted in art and praised in sacred texts. Ancient healers prescribed it, and royalty coveted it. There was a deep, intuitive wisdom passed down through generations that this remarkable fruit held something uniquely powerful for human vitality. For a very long time, modern science attributed the pomegranate's benefits to its high levels of well-known antioxidants and vitamins. And while those compounds are certainly beneficial, they never fully explained the profound, almost mythical effects on vitality and longevity that the ancient legends hinted at. The real secret, the true power of the pomegranate, was hidden much deeper within its biochemical makeup. It wasn't about the fruit itself, but rather about what the fruit helps our own bodies to create. Pomegranates, along with a few other special foods like walnuts, pecans, and raspberries, are uniquely packed with a specific class of powerful polyphenol compounds called elagitannins. On their own, these elagitannins are interesting, but they are not the final heroes of this story. They are simply the raw material. When you eat these foods or drink pure pomegranate juice, the elagitannins travel down through your digestive system and eventually arrive in your colon. There, they meet the trillions of diverse bacteria that make up your unique gut microbiome. And this is precisely where the magic happens. Certain species of beneficial gut bacteria possess the specific enzymatic machinery to take these elagitannins and metabolically transform them through a natural fermentation process into an entirely new and incredibly powerful molecule. This miracle molecule is called urolithin A. Urolithin A is what scientists now call a postbiotic, a beneficial compound that isn't present in the original food, but is created by your own body in a beautiful partnership with your gut flora after you consume the right precursor foods. And what exactly does this remarkable postbiotic molecule do? Research has revealed that urolithin A is one of the most potent and specific natural activators of mitophagy known to science. It is the precise, clean signal that our aging cells have been waiting for, the one that has grown faint over the years. When urolithin A is absorbed from your gut, enters your bloodstream, and reaches your muscle cells, it's like a master key fitting perfectly into a long, unused lock. It directly and powerfully switches on that dormant, sluggish cellular cleanup process. It is the command that gives your cellular janitors the order to wake up, get energized, and get back to work with youthful efficiency. Urolithin A signals the cell to begin the vital process of identifying all of those old, sputtering, energy draining, damage causing mitochondria that have been accumulating for years, sometimes decades. It then triggers the elegant cascade of engulfing them, breaking them down into their constituent parts, and clearing them out completely. This single molecule, born from a humble pomegranate, has the power to kickstart a complete renovation and renewal of your cellular engine room, effectively turning back the clock on your cellular power grid. The downstream results of this deep cellular spring cleaning are nothing short of astonishing. As the old dysfunctional mitochondria are cleared away, the cell is not only cleaner and less stressed, but it is also powerfully stimulated to generate fresh, new, high-efficiency power plants. This complementary process is called mitochondrial biogenesis. All at once, your muscle cells, which may have been suffering from a chronic, low-grade energy deficit for years, are flooded with a renewed, abundant supply of ATP. The power is officially back on. Now, when you go for a walk, lift a bag of groceries, or simply get up from a low chair, your muscle cells have the robust fuel supply they need to meet the demand with ease. They finally have the energy required to repair the tiny micro tears that are a natural part of movement and to build themselves back stronger and more resilient than before. You are no longer trying to fill that leaky bucket. With the help of urolithin A, you have finally, fundamentally patched the hole from the inside out. This discovery represents a monumental breakthrough in our modern understanding of aging and muscle health. It's not just a theory, peer-reviewed human clinical trials have rigorously validated its effects. One landmark study, published in the prestigious journal Nature Metabolism, took a group of older adults and gave them a daily dose of urolithin A over a period of several months. The results were stunning. The participants showed significant improvements in muscle endurance and key biomarkers of cellular health. In essence, their mitochondria began functioning more like those of people decades younger. They weren't asked to start a new, grueling exercise routine. The profound change was happening at a deep cellular level, simply by providing this one key postbiotic molecule. This isn't about a temporary jolt like caffeine or a stimulant. This is about fundamentally restoring a youthful biological function that has been progressively lost over time. There is, however, one very important nuance to this entire story, and it may explain a great deal about your own personal experience. The ability to efficiently convert the elagitannins from pomegranates and walnuts into the miracle molecule urolithin A depends entirely on having the right kinds and quantities of specific bacteria living in your gut. Groundbreaking studies have shown that only about 40% of the adult population has a gut microbiome composition that is well equipped for this vital conversion. The other 60% of us may eat all the pomegranates and walnuts in the world and still produce very little, if any, urolithin A. This genetic and microbial lottery helps explain why some people seem to possess a natural resilience to age-related decline, while others struggle much more. It also explains why, for a majority of people, simply eating the right foods may not be enough to get the full, powerful, clinically proven benefit. This might sound discouraging at first, but it's actually incredibly empowering because it leads us directly to the practical, actionable, and guaranteed solution for everyone regardless of the state of your gut health. And that is where we turn now to the simple, crystal clear plan for reclaiming your strength starting today. Reclaim strength. This is the most important part of our journey together. This is the moment where all of this fascinating science becomes your personal story of renewal. This is where knowledge is transformed into power, and that power is transformed into a tangible strength you can feel in your body every single day. The goal now is elegantly simple: to get a consistent, reliable, and effective dose of urolithin A to your cells to kickstart and sustain that all-important mitophagy process. We know the destination, and thankfully, there are a few very simple, very direct routes to get there. I want to lay out a clear, sustainable action plan that feels effortless, something you can seamlessly integrate into your life starting tomorrow morning. This is not about a radical diet overhaul or an intimidating new lifestyle. It is about a small, deliberate, and profoundly powerful addition to your daily routine. The first and most natural path, of course, is through whole foods. The primary dietary sources of the precursor elagitannins are pomegranates, walnuts, raspberries, and to a slightly lesser extent, strawberries and pecans. The simplest way to begin is by incorporating a small glass of 100% pure pomegranate juice into your daily ritual. When you're at the store, look for a brand that is not from concentrate and has no added sugar. The natural sugars present in the fruit are part of the whole package, but you absolutely don't need or want any extra. Just 4 to 6 ounces a day, perhaps with your breakfast, can provide a significant dose of the necessary elagitannins. It's a simple, enjoyable act. Alternatively, if you prefer something to chew on, a handful of raw walnuts, about a quarter of a cup, is another excellent and potent source. You can enjoy them as a satisfying afternoon snack, add them to your morning oatmeal or yogurt, or sprinkle them liberally on a salad for a bit of crunch and richness. The absolute key to this approach is consistency. This isn't a magic pill that works in one day. This is a long-term strategy of continuously providing your body with the raw materials it needs to support its own deep cellular health. Think of it as daily nourishment for your mitochondria. Combining these foods can be an even more powerful and delicious strategy. Imagine a small bowl of plain Greek yogurt, which provides high-quality protein for muscle repair, topped with a generous handful of fresh raspberries and a sprinkle of crushed walnuts. This is not just a delicious and satisfying breakfast or snack, it's a veritable powerhouse of mitophagy precursors and muscle building blocks. This dietary approach is truly wonderful, especially if you happen to be one of the fortunate 40% of people with the right gut bacteria to efficiently perform the conversion to urolithin A. For you, this consistent dietary approach may be all you need to start feeling a tangible difference in your energy levels, stability, and strength over the course of a few weeks and months. You'll begin to notice that hills feel a little less steep, the walk back from the store feels a little easier, and you simply have more gas in the tank at the end of the day. But what about the majority of us, the 60% whose gut microbiomes might not be up to the task? And for those who simply want to eliminate the guesswork and ensure they are getting a precise, clinical dose of this powerful molecule every single day? This is where modern science gives us a fantastic, direct, and incredibly reliable solution: supplementation. Because of the groundbreaking research we've discussed, pure urolithin A is now available directly as a nutritional supplement. This brilliant approach completely bypasses the need for gut bacteria conversion. Taking a urolithin A supplement delivers the pure, active molecule straight into your system, where it can be readily absorbed and get to work in your cells almost immediately. It's a way of guaranteeing that you are activating this critical mitophagy pathway every single day without fail. When you're looking for a supplement, you want to find one from a highly reputable company that uses a high-quality, pure form of urolithin A, which is often branded under the name MitoPure. This is the specific Swiss-developed form that has been used in the human clinical trials and has been rigorously proven to be both effective and safe. Following the recommended dosage on the product label is the most reliable way to ensure you are mirroring the exact protocols used in the scientific research that demonstrated such impressive and exciting results in improving muscle endurance and cellular function in older adults. For many, this offers invaluable peace of mind and the solid confidence that they are taking direct, targeted action to fix the root cause of age-related muscle decline. This isn't a replacement for a healthy diet. It is a powerful, evidence-based enhancement to it. It's using brilliant technology to give nature a helping hand. Whether you choose the path of whole foods, the path of direct supplementation, or a strategic combination of both, the single most important element in this entire process is your mindset. See this new daily action not as a chore or a medicine, but as an act of profound self-care and a direct investment in the quality of your future. Every glass of juice you drink, every handful of nuts you eat, every capsule you take is a clear and powerful message you are sending to your entire body. You are telling your cells that you are not surrendering to decline. You are telling your mitochondria that it is time for a deep renewal. You are actively, consciously choosing a future of strength, independence, and boundless vitality. This small daily action is a vote for a life where you are not defined by the number on your birth certificate, but by your energy, your resilience, and your ability to engage with the world completely on your own terms. It is the first, most crucial step on the path to reclaiming the strong, vibrant, and capable person you have always been deep down. This journey isn't about becoming a competitive athlete or a bodybuilder. It's about something far more precious. It's about having the strength to live your life with dignity, confidence, and untethered joy. It is about having the physical confidence to navigate the world without that low-level, constant hum of fear. It is the profound freedom to say yes without hesitation when your grandchild asks you to get on the floor and play. It's the freedom to choose the stairs not because you have to, but simply because you can. It is the freedom to carry your own bags, to open your own jars, and to feel that satisfying, reassuring sense of strength in your own two hands. The fatigue you've been feeling, the weakness you've been stoically accepting as inevitable, it is not your destiny. It is a condition, and it is a condition that you now, today, have the knowledge and the power to change. Your strongest, most vibrant days are not a distant memory of the past. They are waiting for you, right now, to reclaim them, one simple, powerful, and deliberate choice at a time. Your body already has the blueprint for renewal. You now hold the key to unlock it.